Hey Scott, my name is Jamie Baker, and my husband Jerry Baker has been talking to Heath. And I know Heath has talked to you about what our business, and basically, Scott, what we do, we have a very simple business model. We help businesses rank number one on Google. And the way we do that is we look at other businesses, see what they are doing right, and basically just do more of that. So before we started this, I looked up your website, and the way I did that, I went to Google, and I typed in Dallas, Georgia roofers. And here you are. So, a couple things I want to show you really quick. This right here is called the map pack, okay? And this is where you want to be, and you're there, so that's awesome. Down here, this is the organic listing, and you're showing up number 2 in the organic search. So that is amazing. You're doing really, really good in the Dallas, Georgia market. My husband works on the map pack for our clients, and he's going to talk to you really quickly about this.
Yeah, so when you look at the map pack listing, you guys do pop up number 1 because you have a confirmed address in Dallas. So that's great that you pop up number 1. Now when you actually look at it, there's only a handful of photos, really only like 3, and there's no logo uploaded, there's no profile picture, so that could definitely use some work, but it is at least serving the purpose, but only for Dallas, Georgia, like I said, where that address is confirmed. That's the only place you're showing up in the map pack.
Okay, so you've got Dallas down. That is awesome. One thing that I noticed, though, is you want to get business in these other cities, right? You want business in Marietta, Carrollton, Atlanta, Woodstock. So I went to a program, and it shows me, I put in your website, and it's showing me all of your keywords. And basically what a keyword is what somebody puts into Google to find what they are looking for. So if they were to type in roofing in Dallas, Georgia, you are number 3 in the Google search, which is really, really good. Basically, you want to be in the top 10. So you're number 3. Now, all these other keywords that you're trying to rank for, okay, you are further down on a listing. So if somebody types in roofing in Woodstock or roofing in roofing in Woodstock, you're showing up on position number 39, which is at the bottom of page 3. Research shows that most people, when they are doing a Google search, they do not go past page 1. So we definitely want to get you on page 1 for all these cities. Douglasville, you're on page 6, or page 7, you're 61. So the next thing we would want to work on, Scott, is getting you on page 1 for all of these other cities, and Jerry's going to talk to you about that.
Yeah, so the easiest way for you to be on page 1 in those other cities is basically by having a separate site for each individual city, because it's basically impossible to have one site that encompasses such a big area. I know from looking at you guys' site, all the different counties and everything that you currently cover, and then I know there's some other counties that you're interested in, Floyd County, Whitfield, so like the Rome and the Dalton area. So you guys are wanting to kind of expand, get into some bigger areas, but even the area that you currently cover already, those other counties and those other cities within those other counties, you're not really coming up on the list. And I did a few other Google searches. You guys are paying for some Google ads that do pop up. Then I can find the Google ads, but you're not in the map pack like you are here for Dallas, and your web page is nowhere to be found, below, at least on page 1 anyway. So really the solution to that, like I said, is you build a separate site for each individual city. So you build one that's specifically targeted to, say, Woodstock or Rome or Dalton. You build those sites specifically to that, and you build it to perform. This way it pops up in the map pack, and it also pops up down here just like you're doing in Dallas. Basically, you want every single one of your sites in every town to perform the same way that yours does here in Dallas, because you're doing a good job there. So if you do that, the great thing about that is I know you use Home Advisor, I know you use Kudzu, you use these other services that provide you leads, but you compete with other roofing companies. You bid, you compete, and you guys have great rankings and reviews there. So I know you get a lot of business that way. But if you have your own separate site in every town that you want to be in, you get exclusive rights to that. So every call that comes in just comes straight to you. You're not competing with any other roofers. You're not competing with anybody. And there's a lot of money being left on the table as we've kind of looked into the roofing niche altogether. When you look at the Rome and the Dalton area, especially out here, we live out here, so that's what we've kind of looked at. And when you look at those areas, there's a lot of money to be had because the other roofers in these areas, their websites are not really made that well and they don't perform that well, which is why we can build a site in Dalton and have it hit page 1 within just a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of money out here to be had. There's a lot of really easy ways that we could do some sites in these individual towns that would put all that traffic coming straight to you and get your phone ringing and everything coming straight to Elite Roofing of Georgia. So appreciate your time, Scott. Hopefully we gave you some good information there and something you can kind of go off of. And Heath has my info, but I can give it to you as well at 770-324-8931, and I'll be glad to talk to you and we can kind of dig into it a little bit deeper. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Scott. Bye.